Good afternoon, everyone. This is Edison Guzman with Adira Gross of Medical Insurance Advocacy and MedWise Billing. So today we have something very special for you, and I can't wait for Adira to get to this. So Adira, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. The day is great. Not too much rain today. It's been a pretty rainy few days recently.
Awesome. So what do you have for us today?
Oh boy, this is a case involving $57,000. It involves a family that lives in New York City who went to these medical providers in New York City and a hospital. And the broker who was selling the insurance, when these claims were made by the doctors and the hospital, there was no money being paid out. So the client kept on paying the premium monthly. And there were all these promises made. Oh, just resubmit it, and they get billed monthly. And here, they're paying the premium monthly, but the claims aren't getting paid. So this is a really interesting case because I've looked at the card, and on the card it says, and a lot of you, if you're looking at policies that are not the major insurance companies, which would be Aetna, Cigna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Oxford, United Healthcare, Humana, and then you might have local ones in your area. But other ones that are national policies, which goes through a third-party administrator, and it's someone out there who puts out the money to fund it. They all go under this thing called multi-plan. And they also, the parent company, they have another name. It's called you'll see this on the cards. It's PHCS, which stands for Preferred Health Care System. And they go under the title of multi-plan. If you see it on your card, be aware. And what I highly recommend is if you purchase it, what the promise is supposed to be for these providers to be part of this is if a medical provider is in network with these plans, there's supposed to be a discount payment to the provider. Now, I have spoken before, and I'll mention again about religious plans. But these religious plans that are being sold out there, they're not really insurance. And they're being quoted like they are insurance. Like you'll look at articles and say, this is insurance. It's not really insurance. But these religious plans are also part of this PHCS, Preferred Healthcare System, which is the parent company being MultiPlan. So I worked with this family in New York City, went to doctors, went to major hospitals. When they go to the hospital, they go to the doctor, they look at the plan, and supposedly everything is okay. This family lives in New York City, and they purchased a policy which said PHCS, the Preferred Healthcare System, and which is under the parent company of MultiPlan. So they purchase the coverage. Here they go to all these doctors, and they go to the hospital. And when they went in to see to the doctors in the hospitals, they said, "We'll accept it." So the name of my company is MedWise, and I have to tell you, at least 3 to 5 times a week, I get these phone calls, and I'm starting to get 1,500 forms, thinking that I'm the insurance company, where all I am is an advocacy company that helps people with the bills. They call me up and they say, "Is this person insured?" So even with these cards that they're giving out with this company, that says the multi-plan, they're not getting correct information, and there's a lot of confusion out there. So they might say, "Yes, we will take your plan," but they really don't, and they don't know better.
Okay, so
You know?
what you're saying now is that if you are part of that network, you may not be indeed covered for,
Right.
even though you're paying your premiums?
Right. And what happens, what I've seen happen is, here what was happening in this situation, they kept on going to the doctors, they kept on being promised the claims were going to be paid. The claims were not being paid. I went ahead and I found out who the broker was, who was offering the insurance, who the third party administrator was, which is a TPA, third party administrator. I called the TPA, I called the broker who was selling this. I found out that they were still collecting the premium, but they ran out of money to pay the claims.
Oh.
And then I went to the Attorney General to report what was happening between the broker and the TPA. But bottom line is that $57,000 of bills were never paid.
Is this something that should have been covered, but because they ran out of money, they didn't, but they said that they would cover it?
Yes, and then I said to my client, I said, look, you're getting these bills every single month. You better stop paying that premium because they're not covering you. I said, look at these outstanding bills between the hospitals and the doctors.
That's very interesting.
That case, by the way, I'm also trying to get into the media to talk about it. I don't know if they will, but I mean, be aware of everything that you even think of purchasing out there, because look at what's happening. And all the promises made to the family, oh, resubmit it. They never had the money to pay it out.
So to protect yourself, some of the things that you need to do is maybe go with a better well-known company, or...
Right. If you can afford it, do it. I hate to say this, but there are some insurance companies out there who are just lying. You got to be really careful, very, very careful.
All right. So if someone does go into trouble, gets into trouble somehow, and they need their help with their medical bills, how do they contact you?
Please call me at 845-978-9493. Again, that's 845-978-9493. I'm Adria Gross, and I'm the owner of MedWise Insurance Advocacy. Thank you.
Thank you, Adira, and we are going to see you at the next video. Take care.
Thank you.